guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play One More Time by Blink-182. So in this lesson, I'll teach you two different ways of playing this song. The first method is the studio version, and the second method is how you'll see Tom DeLonge playing this live, which is slightly different to the studio recording. For the basics of this song, you'll just need a guitar in standard tuning, and you won't need a capo. If you're a beginner and you want to improve in guitar in general, then be sure to check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Alright, let's jump into the lesson. Okay, so first off, let's take a look at the studio version. And it's pretty simple. There's just 4 chord positions that we'll need to learn. But first off, let's take a look at the strumming pattern that gets played throughout the entire song. So the strumming pattern goes something like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So just take a moment to get used to that strumming pattern with your strumming hand. You can just mute the fretboard with your fretting hand, and in succession it will sound like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So once you've got that strumming pattern down, let's apply some chords to it. So the first chord is a D with no fifth. So it's just a D root note with your ring finger, so the 5th fret of the 5th string, and your middle finger here on the 4th fret of the 4th string. Now the strings that you mute as well whilst you're playing this are just as important as the strings that you fret. So all the other strings need to be muted. In doing so, when you strum all the strings with your strumming hand, only these 2 ring out. So to mute the 6th string, you can lightly use your thumb to touch that 6th string there, or you can even use your ring finger to lightly touch it as it's fretting down the 5th string. Now to mute the top 3 strings, the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, I just use my index finger to lightly touch those strings. And then when you strum all the strings, only the 5th and 4th will ring out. So that's the first chord shape. For the second chord shape, we'll just slide our ring finger down 1 fret, and our pinky finger will then take the 4th fret of the 4th string. With these 2 notes together, it's an F sharp 5 over C sharp. We're just going to be doing the exact same thing, making sure we mute all the other strings other than the ones that have been fretted. And this one's a little easier. You can just use your index finger to lightly rest across all the strings whilst you fret down these 2 strings. So that's our second chord shape. Third chord shape is simply a B5, so keep your pinky finger where it is, and index finger will come and fret that 2nd fret, the 5th string. You can mute the 6th string by either using your free middle finger here, or you can use your index finger to lightly touch that 6th string underneath it. So that's our B5, and finally we have a G5. So index finger, 3rd fret of the 6th string, ring finger, 5th fret of the 5th string. And again, use your index finger to lightly touch all the strings below the 6th string, so that when you strum all the strings, only the 6th and 5th ring out. There is a slight variation to this chord in this bar, but I'll get to that later. So each chord is played for one strumming pattern and will sound like this. Now the variation on the G chord is to add your middle finger here onto the 4th fret of the 4th string. Now in the strumming pattern below, the highlighted strums are where we're going to temporarily put this middle finger down. So it's a G major 7, and then we're just going to lift it for the last part of this strumming pattern. So it'll go like this. So just temporarily put that middle finger down for those highlighted strums. And altogether, the studio version will sound like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now let's quickly take a look at how Tom DeLonge plays this live. Now he uses slightly different chord shapes, but he's in the same key. So we start off with a D5 power chord, so index finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and pinky finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string. So those are our 2 notes. Again, we'll be muting every other string. So with your index finger, you can lightly touch the 6th string by touching it just below that 6th string, and then your index finger will lightly rest across the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. So when you strum everything, only these 2 notes will ring out. So that's our first chord shape. Our second chord shape is an A/C sharp. So we just shift our index finger down 1 fret to the 4th fret of the 5th string. So that's our second chord shape. Our third chord shape, we take our ring finger and put it on the 7th fret of the 6th string. We're going to have that 5th string muted and our pinky finger still on that 7th fret of the 4th string. Again, everything else needs to be muted, and you can lightly rest your index finger on those higher strings so that they're muted. This is a shell B7 voicing. And then finally, there's an inverted G5 chord. So index finger is going to bar across the 5th frets of the 5th and 4th string, and pinky finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And again, everything else is muted. So that's our final chord. We're going to use that same strumming pattern the whole way through. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, once for each chord. And this is how Tom DeLonge plays it. And that's everything you need to learn for this song. It's literally those 4 chords repeated again and again through the entirety of the song. So now I'll be doing 2 short playthroughs of this song. I'm just doing a short playthrough because this song is literally just that 1 chord progression played again and again. So for the first playthrough, I'll play the studio version, and for the second playthrough, it will be the live version. Feel free to play these back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here. Or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.